What's going on, everyone? I'm here, Coach Youth Tyrant, here for my WWPL Week 1 post-commentary match against Waffles, the Asian Yen Bear. I hope you guys enjoy this match. I'm still trying to get everything done. I'm recording this on Thursday, which is the day before I am not able to record videos until like Monday, which I do not want to record anything on Monday because everything will have to be go up on that day and also Tuesday, so I'm trying to get everything done before that. So I'm doing a lot of recording beforehand. So anyways, this is this week's battle. If you're not gone seeing the team build, go check that out. Shows you all of his team, what I expected him to bring, and shows what my sets were for this battle only. And enough about the preset, let's go into what the match you see right here. Looking at his Pokemon, I predicted every Pokemon on his team except for the Hitmonlee, but I predicted it last second. I expected his Incineroar to come over the Hitmonlee just so we can have another defensive pivot. But looking at his team right now, it looks like he has a lot of defensive Pokemon. So Tapu Koko and Hitmonlee have a lot of free reign. Guja, if it's not on the defensive side, can even do a lot. And then he just has Jellicent, Skarmory, and Mew to back it up as well. So anyways, let's just get started, go into this match. Hope you guys enjoy. Turn 1, I lead off with Rhyperior while he leads off with Skarmory. Rhyperior is just basically a good lead overall, aside if he led off with Jellicent, which I could have easily swapped out into either Greninja as a hard switch or Microgonal. So right here just had Thunderbolt, so I did manage to carry it. I scouted out and he ends up carrying the Rocky Helmet instead of Leftovers. So I decided to go for it again while he sets up his Stealth Rocks and the Spikes. So right here was a big turn right here because I could have made the play just to continue the Thunder Punch, but I saw in my mind that he could have clicked the boost right here, so I went for the Earthquake right here. He ended up just setting up another layer of spikes, and I end up misplaying right here. And the following turn, he ends up boosting right here. I decided not to make any more mistakes and go to Thunder Punch, which was a bad play on my part. I could have just clicked Earthquake right there. It would not have killed, which he said he had enough investment to take an Earthquake, but it still would have been nice to get that much, a lot of damage off on the Rhyperior, which I should have done in the long run. Right here, I just Harvest Option Cryogonal, just see what moves he had. If his last move was like Brave Bird, because he shows right here that he has Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Roost. If his last move was Brave Bird, it only done with like less than half, so I'd be able to take it and take a falling one after that, so I'd be able to Rapid Spin. But he ends up showing Whirlwind, meaning that he does not have any sort of offensive moves, and he brings me out into Komodo. Right here, I just Ice Punch, so it does some damage to all his Pokemon, but it doesn't do a lot to the Jellicent. End up getting Curse Body, so I'm not able to use it again. Right here, just swap into Greninja while he clicks Dazzling Gleam. Honestly, they're not expecting to have Dazzling Gleam because I usually would have seen this Jellicent as a more defensive set as a Jellicent, but ends up he does not having a defense set. He actually has coverage moves for the Komodo and end up hitting the Greninja really hard with that hit. So right here, I just go for the Gunk Shot, predicting the Tapu Koko, but he ends up going into the Gudra, which takes the Gunk Shot a whole lot better without having to predict. And I go for the Ice Beam next turn. Does not knock it out, but does still leave it at low health. And he ends up knocking me out with a Fire Punch. So I'm down a Pokemon at this turn right here. I bring in Arcanine onto the Spikes and Stealth Rock. It just cuts through his HP, which I am ashamed that I did not have any sort of hazard remover. Did not spin them away at this point of the battle because it was very hazardous, if you know what I mean, to my team that he ended up sending up the Spikes and the Stealth Rock. Right here, just go for the Wild Charge because it hits everything and was able to knock out the Gudra at this turn. Right here goes into Tapu Koko. Right here, I just made a swap into Register when I could have swapped into to Rhyperior because he ended up Volt Switching right here, and I could have negated his Volt Switch out, but it's all whatever. I'm still making bad plays in this turn, but it still doesn't matter to me at this falling point. Right here, just set up Stealth Rocks while he goes for the Whirlwind to get rid of the Red Steel off the field. And right here, I am fine. I should have made the play into Rapid Spinning right here. Even though he has a Spin Blocker and Jellicent, I should have made that play into Spinning on this turn. Because right here, he's able to get back into full health. Even though I get my Light Screen and Reflect up, he still has a full health Skarmory, which I have nothing to take it out except for a banded Arcanine, which is already at low health. And even this close combat, Funkomo does nothing. And so it brings in the Arcanine after the Whirlwind, and I'm at a very low percentage health from the hazards. So I'm looking at a bad situation right here. So I'm end up just gonna have to Wild Charge, even if it's not an Electric Terrain, still would do a lot to whatever comes in. I Wild Charge on the Mew, and it brings almost close to half health, and I live one turn, but he ends up carrying the vacuum wave, so it knocks out the Arcanine, not making it have another turn to hit. Right here, I just bring in the Crocodile, where I finally get rid of the hazards on that my opponent has set up, and he brings in the Tapu Koko while he Volt switches with a Mew, setting up the Electric Terrain. Right here, I make a hard switch into Hyperior. He reveals that he has Iron Head, so I'm thinking he had brought that for the Mega Gardevoir and also hit the Cryogonal. The thing is, he had carried Grass Knot this following turn for the Rhyperior just so it could do a lot more damage, but the Assault Vest takes it to where, and the Light Screen take it to where I still live a hit, but sadly I go for the Thunder Punch right here when I could have knocked this thing out with an Earthquake, which was a bad play on my part, but I started making plays and not trying to go for what's in front of me, so I can't get mad at that. Hinder just Grass Knotting the Red Steel on my side. He Volt switches right here, and I just click Seismic Toss because it hits everything, except for the Jellicent, which if he brings the Jellicent in, I could just Toxic and we'll let it down. So right here, I'm just going to stack up my Registeel and keep on clicking Seismic Toss because I have no further use for this Registeel since all I could do right here was just set up Stealth Rocks and that'd be it. So I bring down the Skarmory to a low enough health to where a Ice Punch from Kamo would be able to knock out the Skarmory. I'm so mad I didn't take out the Skarmory sooner or later, and I'm so mad that I didn't remove the hazards because that's what just let Skarmory come in and just knock out the whole team with the rest of his Pokemon. He just adds in with Tapu Koko to knock out the Kamo. Cryogonal dies to rocks, and Rhyperior ends up going down to the Corkscrew Crash, which I'm pretty sure he prepped for the Mega Gardevoir. Turns out he wasn't Scarf of Specs, but that was a good bring on his part. Anyways, that's a good game to Waffles. I'm ashamed that I did not play as good as I wanted to, but it's just whatever. I could make it up in the next game. Hopefully, it is a bad start to be losing this by this much at the beginning, but that's just the way you have to build up to this point. You gotta start somewhere at the bottom, and then you gotta build yourself up. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you all next week for where I battle somebody else. I do not know off the top of my head, but I'll let y'all know when that happens. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.